you to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Oscar Bevis for IFL TV. Delighted to be joined by Mason Cartwright. Mason, thank you very much for giving me some of your time. How are we today?
Great, yeah, good. As good as can be, making weight. I feel really good, so can't complain.
You're at that stage now where you just want to get in the ring. Yes, you got to do the presser, and obviously you got to weigh in and make championship weight. But I know what fighters are like, man. They will get itchy knuckles. You want to be in there right now?
I've been at for the past 2-3 weeks. I've been ready for a long time. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoy the process of obviously the build up to the fight. So it's good to be here.
Obviously, you and Sam is a very entertaining fight. Well, it's an entertaining fight on paper. I don't want to jinx it. I can imagine it's not going to let us down. You're both exciting fighters. What are you expecting in the ring?
I don't know. I've seen him box a few times, and he's been a bit different every time I've seen him box. Sometimes he's quite erratic. You can't really read what he's going to do. When he boxed at Echo Asman, he seemed to have a little bit more of a structure about him, and he boxed a little bit more rather than being so irrational with his attacks. So I don't know. I've planned for both, and I fight the way I fight. I won't really change much. I'll move my head, try to keep the pressure, and work. Yeah.
Is that important for you, I guess, not focusing too much on the man in the other corner? Yes, I suppose he's going to bring what he brings and he'll have a game plan. But I suppose if you do what you know you can do, then there you go.
Yeah, that's it. I don't really believe in reading too much into fighters because, like I just mentioned a second ago, fighters can change and do change. It's just good to have an idea of what they're about, type of styles that they can use and adopt during the fight, and just look for kinks in the armour, and that's obviously what we've done during camp and what we've worked on. So hopefully the game plan goes as it should, and we come away with a good performance and a good win.
Obviously, things didn't go your way in your last British title shot against Troy Williamson. You both lit the ring up. It was a ridiculously good fight for the fans. And I can remember social media just going absolutely mental at how good it was. You've had 2 fights since then, kind of just to getting back in the swing of it sort of fights. Are you a very different Mason Cartwright to the one that fought Troy Williamson, would you say? Because what was that, maybe 18 or so months ago now?
Yeah. One thing I will say is I've had more time back in the ring now. That fight was coming off a 2-3 year layoff of COVID. I'd had 1 round in 3 years and got offered the fight, and I could never turn it down. Ideally, I could have done with more fights in before it and a little bit more time back in the gym, etc. But I took it, and I think I proved a lot of people in the boxing world wrong because they just thought I was going to be a blowover. And I've just shown everyone what I can actually do. And now I've just honed in, more training, more sparring. I've had a couple more fights back in, and I should be a better Mason Cartwright.
Obviously, you've been a pro for quite a while now. Do you kind of feel like, I don't know if you believe in fate or destiny or whatnot, but do you feel like this is your moment, that you deserve a moment that, because you've worked so hard to get things kind of deserve to fall into place? I know you have to work for things, but do you feel like there's a bit of fate behind you in this British title shot?
Yes, I do. I'm a massive believer in faith and what's meant to be will be. And I think this is my time. I've come into my prime, I think, regarding my physical health and my performance. And then I know I've done the work. I know I've put in the hours, sparring, training, dieting, done everything right. So it's just all going to come to a pinnacle on the 1st on Friday.
You don't need me to tell you what sort of doors it can open when you hold that British title. It's an interesting weight as well, with some good fighters coming up and some guys even pushing towards European level. Open some big doors.
Yeah, that's it. Listen, I'm game for fighting anyone. I've tried to get some big fights even before this, and it's just a case of getting someone to sign the paper. So I'm glad Samuels took this, as well as me taking it against him, and it's going to be a good fight, and there'll be many more good fights after it as well.
You to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their girlfriends. Right, the bouncer's girlfriend.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.